The ceiling fans? They're very attractive.
Yes, I believe in our judicial system.
Hi, I'm Greg Kirsten, and I'm Jewish.
And I'm Dave Grohl. I'm not Jewish.
Get ready, so get set, so hang on, so buckle up, so sit tight, so strap yourself in, so brace yourself, so keep your eyes open, so fasten your seatbelt, so stick around, so hang on, so get ready. You just have to be ready. Brace yourself. What you're about to see will open your eyes. The surprises never stop. So you better hang on, so get ready, so fasten your seatbelt, so hold on tight, so hang on, so get ready to get ready, and get ready to get real.
The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
You're all individuals! Yes, we're all individuals!
Clickety-click.
Crank up the music. Keep an eye on the back.
This presentation is provided to you to amuse or entertain and not to conform or inform. The content on this channel should not be used to replace professional, financial, medical, or legal advice. All footage taken and used from public sources falls under the fair use of the Digital Millennial Copyright Act of 1998. Therefore, no breach of privacy or copyright has been committed. This show is substantially sourced, not affiliated with any community, club, fraternity, or gang. Your cat may vary. I say, moo. At Christmas time, do you know what the favorite Christmas song is at the psychiatric ward? Do you see what I see? As the censors of the Ceiling Fan Man show, we've deemed that joke inappropriate and offensive. We request a new one. Do you know what the child that had no hands received for Christmas? Gloves. Just kidding. He doesn't know he can't open the box.
Satellite tracking continues.
Wow. Wow. Hey, everybody. It's Friday night. It's been a week since our last gathering. Seems like you're going so fast lately, but welcome everyone that's showing up and people that'll roll in. You're not quite tardy yet. You're getting close, but you're okay for now. And I still haven't even turned on the screen yet. So just want to make sure you congratulate yourselves because you're on the correct side of the grass. You're above the topsoil. So you did that right. If you felt you did nothing else, that you've accomplished this week. So congratulations, everyone. Thank you for coming tonight and joining in this little gathering. Let's turn the camera on so I can be seen by, let's see. Where's it? Oh, well, okay, yeah, because I want to be able to be seen by everyone.
Clickety click.
Oh, no, I stepped on it. Hey, everybody, how's it going? I'll have to do it one more time because Connor's in here. Where'd he go? Here it is. Everyone! Hate to step on that clip. So, welcome, everyone. Thanks for being here tonight, or if you're watching it later, good morning or good afternoon or whatever it is over there in your time. And I'm so glad I had quite a few people that showed up from last Friday's stream that were JT fans and have found me that didn't know I existed. And so I'm very grateful for his help in this show, of course. I always enjoy my conversations and I'll grab him back in here whenever I can. His dance card's pretty full lately. So, but what a blessing it is to have him. And if you haven't seen last Friday's, we went over 3 hours and I thought we had a great time. Some really fun information in there. So, yeah, so that's what happened last Friday. And since then I've had new subscribers and members and it's just wonderful. So I do appreciate it. So if you did like last Friday, hopefully you'll continue to enjoy whatever this mess is of a show that I put on every week.
That's very true.
Okay. And I do have my drops. That's just the way I was built. When I started this channel, I've always had them, and I'll continue to play them. So I don't care. Interesting too, because my intro, which really is the greatest intro on the internet, I just have to say, and the best outro. There's that. I might be just a little biased
True. Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But the thing is when I first started YouTube, I was trying to model myself after some of these other shows that I would watch, and they always not only were late like a Rolling Stones concert, but then they had these long intros. They had like songs. They would even take a break, like they do like 20 minutes a show, and then they take a break and move on from there. So I thought that was kind of the way to do it. And so and I want to say when I found this song, it actually kind of found me. It is a free song on YouTube. They have them there, and I think it's like 5 minutes, but it just sounds like a jam session. And I said, this is the song for me. So I grabbed that, and I've been playing that as my intro. Well, for how many years now since this show began? And hang on, I gotta fix something here. Hold on. What's going on here? And so that's why that song, I've had people tell me that's like, I think it was even JT said it's like the Inagata Davida of of YouTube shows. But that's just because I thought that was the way you had to be. You had to wait for the room to fill up, as they say. And so that's what I did. And there it is. And I'll still get people that'll comment recently that'll say, my God, the intro's still going on. But, if you're watching it after the show, it's real easy to hit skip buttons. So just saying. And I've been working really diligently on the whole commercial thing. It's weird. They have a section where I can make it scheduled, which is supposed to be just every 30 minutes, and not everyone gets one. And they've been putting like this crazy amount of commercials in my show. So I've been having to go through all my shows and fix it. So I've been working on it. So hopefully. Whoa, no conspiracy there. I bumped my show off myself off. So, okay. Oh, and hey, Finn is in here. Good to see you, my friend. Wherever you are, I saw you come in here. What is this? The best? I have the second. He's funny. Did you read that one, honey? That's Finn. He's I love his intro. Yeah. But he said it's the second best, and nothing stinks like number 2. He does. Although I do have a complaint, though. Didn't he change it? It used to be like that Miami Vice sound. I think he changed it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll have to look. So, okay. So where we are, we're the classics, already the classics. And what's really funny is because what do you call it? There was a guy that shoots guns on YouTube. He passed away, Phil something. And Harvey, I think was his name. And he apparently used just like 10 seconds of that same song like years ago. And people only remember him and the song. And so it's funny because this has been my song for like every Friday for 4 years plus. And there's no comments on, not that I care. I thought it was interesting. They're still doing it. It's his song. So, but for us, it's my song. It's our song, I should say. Okay, Wendy, this is awfully early for Valhalla, okay? That doesn't mean I'm going to do it every time, but I'll give you one. Here.
Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk. Rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
I don't know. I find that funny every time. Just like, my audience last week when I was talking with JT, I played a clip, and Erica Trump Kirk, Erica Kirk Trump, whatever you want to say, she inadvertently said something, and I don't know, maybe it was just like the little voice inside her head talking, and people said, clip it. So here you go. It's a drop now.
Yes, I believe in our judicial system.
That one, sorry to snort. That one gets me laughing every time too. Along with the Foo Fighters.
Hi, I'm Greg Kirsten, and I'm Jewish.
And I'm Dave Grohl. I'm not Jewish.
Well, I'm glad we got that down, Dave Grohl. So this is it's not an antiseptic stream, just so you know. There just seems to be a disproportionate amount of information articles going on out there. So, but in any case, I played around in the chat. We've hit a few buttons, and I don't know. It's so great, but it's time. Let's get into the show. Let's get going with this. There's 142 beautiful, wonderful people. Thank you. And if you enjoy it, don't forget to go back and like and share and subscribe. Okay, so having said all that, okay, I have to explain what's happening here. So a couple days ago, we have a wood fire, and so I decided to split wood like I've done forever. And I went chopped wood, and I did my best to like lose part of my thumb, but God protects like idiots, obviously. And there was an angel that stopped me from losing like this whole part of my thumb. And I'm on the mend because my nurse is taking care of it. But because of this huge bandage, there's a button on this mouse, which I hate anyways. And if I hit it, it kicks me out of the stream. So I'll do my best not to hit that again. So there you go. That's all that's more information than you probably all needed to know. All right, let's move on from here. Let's see. We'll go. Let's see. Clickety click. And this one, and this one, and this one. Okay, where are we at here? Too many tabs. This one I'm not going to comment on it. I'm very curious. This is the BBC News. I had verified it, and there's so much AI out there. And I'll let the clip speak for itself.
Now, a transgender woman's milk is just as good for babies as breast milk. That's
I don't understand it. I'm not going to get into the whole argument over this, but that doesn't make any sense to me because I don't care how hard you pump. It's nothing happening.
Now, a transgender woman's milk is just as good for babies as breast milk. That's according to a letter from the medical director at University Hospital Sussex NHS Foundation Trust.
She's just reading the prompter. But I'm just so done with this world. It's so ridiculous. But yeah, so there you go. It gets exhausting on this side of the of the screen. It's really funny. So and then of course there's a bunch of people that think that they're getting a closer relationship to God, which by the way, this show is based in that. We are based in the biblical perspective of the world, of the earth that we live on, and salvation is through Jesus Christ our Savior. That is the basis of this show, and everything else kind of fits in with that. And so when people kind of back away when you start talking like that, they think of religion. I'm not religious. I'm still not religious, never have been. I did get spirituality and found God, or he found me, or he was always there, and whatever. We made that connection. And but it's not about religion. Like these people that think, who are these people? They go to a church, one of these mega churches, and they put on this such a huge production where they're having like the nativity with the baby Jesus and stuff. They bring in live camels. What could possibly go wrong? Kicked that guy in the head, knocked him out. He had to go to the hospital. And I'm not laughing. I'm sorry he got injured, but what are we doing here? They think this is how you connect with God. God's not in this room. Not that one, anyways. Not where they're walking in live camels and kicking the parishioners in the head. Right? Kaboom. Out like a light. Oh my God. Sorry, God. What are we doing? That's why people get turned off to this and they think that it's all religion and stuff. That's where, part of the deception that we're living in. And they think that this is somehow how you make your relationship with God, by going to mega church with camels. So, and over in the UK, not the UK, I apologize, Australia, which we have to do this if we're going to discuss the folks down under. Where is it? Somewhere here. Here it is.
Crikey! It's news for Australians, mate. Good day. Here's your news, straight from Australia. We once were a prison colony, and now we got separated into many colonies. I've lost my accent. Crikey! Those look mountainous. Oh. Wow! You'll have to learn not only to drive on the wrong side of the road, but upside down. Bonza!
Oh, it's over. Okay. So in Australia, they had their event, let's say, where a guy was apparently using one of those pew pew machines, and they had some casualties. And so in response to that, of course, they're talking about now, once again, they're taking the guns away.
Of thousands of firearms will be collected and destroyed through this scheme. Consistent with the approach that was taken in 1996, the government is proposing that states and territories will be responsible for the collection, processing and payment to individuals.
I mean, what could possibly go wrong when the government wants to disarm a country, right? Sure, it's nothing wrong potentially you see with that. So, yeah. I don't think they can ever accomplish it here in the United States unless we get completely under a totalitarian lockdown society, like Black Mirror kind of thing. People have their guns too much, but it doesn't matter though, because they did so much damage between 2020 and 2024, and they didn't have to take away a single weapon. People just lockstep fell in line. So it doesn't really matter, it seems, with the whole gun thing. But in any case, let's see, what do we got here? Oh, I just had to show this because it's Christmas time, and maybe this would be a toy for someone. I think I might like it.
When the world needs answers, one man is asking the questions. Oh no, a hairless chimp is going after Marshall. G.I. Joe Rogan, move in! He's hurt. Initiate recovery protocol. Activate heat shot proteins in the Ways to Well playset. Quick heal with BPC 157. Get to work. It's time to uncover the truth.
How big was the craft?
Oh no, it's Alex Jones.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water.
G.I. Joe Rogan playset comes loaded with official On It accessories. It also includes limited edition compound bow and realistic elk target. Bring home the full G.I. Joe Rogan playset today.
Accessories sold separately. Batteries not included. Supplements not real. Do not take medical advice from a toy.
I found that funny, hilarious. Okay. Do not take medical advice from a toy. Like it. Then, of course, that was a joke. This is actually real. It's not a joke, right? But this was, I'll give you if you're not caught up on news. So you've got the Brown University, and there was a guy going around doing bad things there. And then they couldn't find him. And so the first thing they did was 3 days after the shooting, they had their best top FBI agents searching in the snow by kicking it. Because, of course, you'll find all kinds. Didn't CSI, isn't that how they do it, too? Don't they, like all the shows we watch? I think on Vera, they walk around and kick snow around. Like, what exactly are they looking for when they were doing this? Like shell case? What? They never say. They just show them walking around kicking snow. And it's no wonder Dan Bongino quit. And then, yeah, right? Well, it's also been 3 days before they started this. Look at this. This is supposed to, bring confidence in our government, when, to me, this is the joke, even more than the G.I. Joe thing. So, of course, they didn't do anything. They didn't find anything. But a homeless guy cracked the case. Because apparently 2 days after the guy at Brown University did his thing. He then drove, I think it was like, I don't know, over 50 miles or something. And he took out the number one scientist that dealt with fusion. And he was actually allegedly working on, they always say this, but he was allegedly working on some type of new power system for the world that would work off of fusion rather than fission and coal and all the other things that we have. And so after he did his thing here, he drove over there 2 days later and he took that guy out too. And then he went to a deserted warehouse and took himself out, and not to lunch. And then a homeless man found him and cracked the whole case. And it's over. I don't know if they're still looking in the snow for anything because they've solved the case. They've killed the patsy and it's over. So walk like an Egyptian. Yeah, exactly. Practicing line dancing. See, my audience is hilarious, Jeannie. So, okay. What's next? And if you're wondering who I'm talking to, that is the Silent Wife, who has a soap store that looks like this. And if you're interested in some of the best soap that you'll ever lather up with, it's all natural, homemade, and no horrible chemicals in it. And there you go. And there's the soaps. And I think she's got all the orders out, except I think, Trish, you've got something coming. So we've got family visiting right now, so it makes it a little more difficult for her to get in the soap lab, but it'll be on its way soon. So thank you for any of those orders there. Okay, where are we? And then the rest of it, I guess, like Connor says, the show part. If you like the show and you want to help support it, the memberships are wonderful. God bless you. They're members, and the Patreons. I've had some Patreons forever. I should put together that list. Some people don't like the name on the screen, but I'll work on it and see how I can do it. And then of course there's the Cash App, PayPal. You can figure it all out if you're interested in doing that. And let's see. Let's go back into the tabs here. Clickety click. Jeannie, Trish says don't rush it. She can stay dirty for a while. Fantastic. Now you have to rush it? Yeah, maybe Scott's complaining. Okay. Oh, and this was it's mostly I usually see occasional here and there, and I can only do so much with the whole ad thing. I'm working on trying to tone those down. It does give a few dollars from the shows too, so that does help pay for things like the StreamYard and the computer and all that stuff. But who is it? Who's 16 Alpha always says he's doomed, but he's the one that talks a lot about ads. So if you're watching this later, I thought of you. So this, I found this.
YouTube is full of ads. Spotify is full of ads. Tumblr is full of ads. Pinterest is full of ads. Everything uses AI. Every new update makes the website or app worse.
Yes.
YouTube auto-translates almost every video I want to watch. Sometimes Pinterest only loads ads for me. Check out this new AI feature. Here's a new update that breaks your laptop. Here's a new update that breaks your phone. Why are you complaining about your phone? Just get the newest iPhone. Join my Patreon. Join my membership. Pay a monthly membership to get all features. Upgrade your membership to get even more features. Subscribe to Netflix, subscribe to Disney, subscribe to Amazon, subscribe to Hulu. This content isn't available in your country. This content was removed. This website was removed. This feature only exists for Apple. This app only exists for Apple. You need a Wi-Fi connection to play this game. You need an account. We need your email to finish creating this account. We need your number to finish creating this account. We need your ID to finish creating your account. In order to delete your account, please write an email. In order to delete your account, you need a laptop. Oops, our database was hacked and your information was stolen.
Yep.
Your data was sold from this random website you used 10 years ago. Spam call, spam call, spam call.
And I'm pretty sure everyone, where's my guy, that's here watching this relates to that. Where is he? Everyone! In case anybody wants that, I will copy it and I will drop it in the chat for you all. And I don't know about that song. That might be one of those ones that are what do you call it? Has there's no residual or something on it, the free ones. But just in case it isn't, I'll have to cut that out. But there's the link to that. So, and I guess I should try to put it in the Rumble peeps. Got some Rumble peeps over there. Hang on a second, people. Let's see. Oh, I can't use the word peeps anymore. I'm not supposed to do that. Oh, brother, she says. Here we go. Put over here and paste. Okay. And there was some people over on Rockfish. I saw Rose over there. So let's see. See if I can put it in that one. How do I get over there? One of these. Going to here. Here it is. Got it. Okay. Right there. What's next? Okay. Clickety click. Let's see. All right. Let's get back into this. What's next? Go here. Oh, Mad Paximus. Did you just get here? There's a few people that looks like they just showed up, which means the show's already started. So officially, where is it? It makes you tardy.
I don't feel tardy. I don't feel tardy.
All right. So as long as you don't feel tardy, you're fine. What's next? Oh, this I thought was this guy found a portal. And it seems like I found the same portal. And probably other people watching might have seen this portal somewhere in their lives too. But portals do exist, apparently.
I just dropped a screw and it bounced right here and then just went into a portal into another world. So if you're in the other world and you see my screw, could you please send
Okay, what's next? Oh, and more Christmas play stuff. Like I would go see this Christmas play. Apparently everything was good until the shepherds started sword fighting. Oh, boo! She's probably Karen. Come on, who wouldn't want to see a couple of shepherds fighting? It's fantastic. Look at that. They never had so much fun. Oh, God. I mean, seriously, put a stick in a boy's hand. What do you expect them to do? Seriously, let them joust. Exactly, Wendy. So, okay. Woof, woof. Uh-oh. Someone, they coming to get us? Hang on a second, peeps. There's something happening at the Ceiling Fan Man house. What's that? All right. Moving on. We like to talk about animals on this show. Of course, we love our cats. And but once in a while you just have to have a goat story.
Oh, good job.
That goat.
I know. Look at that white goat. Oh, they are so cute.
Yeah.
I know. Look, there's a black one.
Black one.
Black and white one.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry that my wife missed that one. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. You guys want to see that one again? That's worth at least one more.
Oh, good job.
That goat.
I know. Look at that white goat. Oh, they are so cute. I know. Look, there's a black one. Black one.
Kid's perfect. Fantastic. Okay, what's next? So every time I have a conversation about weird animals, and specifically birds, and even more specific, pigeons, and I've had multiple conversations. I'm not saying all birds are fake. I know there's websites like that. I'm saying there's a select amount of birds that, in my mind, I believe could be angels in disguise. You can't prove me wrong. I can't prove myself right. And then there's definitely ones that are drones. That's provable. I've had multiple stories. In fact, one day maybe I'll put them all together and show you all the different stories about birds that are actual drones, and other bugs and insects and stuff. But we came to this story was sent to me once again just to prove that there are pigeon drones. This is in Kazakhstan, and the wires are coming out of that drone. I don't know what's the sound because it's reduced speed, but yeah. So there you go. I'm telling you, there's something very sus about them, just so you know. Did you see the goat one, Jeannie? Oh, you'll have to watch it on the replay. It's classic. I already killed the tab. Okay, what's next? Here's a cockroach. German startup company is turning cockroaches into spies, strapping electronics to insects and calling them robotics, which is probably really brilliant because, if I did believe in nuclear weapons like they used to say, they said that a cockroach could even survive that. So they'd probably be the best spies. Just saying. That is a huge cockroach. I don't know. That would be sus to me. Plus, if I saw a computer chip on the side, that might tell me. Oh my goodness. Did you see what Groot wrote, Jeannie? What? He said, I am bugged. the room is bugged. He said, I am Groot. The room is bugged. So that's too funny. All right. What's next? A robot with an artificial womb could give birth to humans by next year. This is an actual news article in this, what do you call it? Vice News or magazine. And it's a Chinese tech company building a humanoid robot that they say of course, can they ever do it? But they say it can get pregnant and give birth with a synthetic uterus, fake fluids, and plastic umbilical cords. I say it's all a bunch of hooey, and it was for clicks on their website and stuff. But just how far have we gone, like in the upside down world, that this is even an article that's like, oh, okay, well, that might be work. You know what I mean? Yeah, people aren't having babies, so I want to have the robots do it. Exactly. Oh, Donut, you just got here. Good morning. I forget you. I always misgender people and I don't see their name. Donut Dragon Slayer is in another time zone. So welcome in. And then here's this. This I think is great. So this is a robot. What's his name? I think he has a name. Urbai. This is in China. And so he was going home. And he went by some other robots that were standing there or just whatever. And it's going home. And it's really talking to these other robots. And allegedly, I mean, of course, this is like CCTV when everyone was sleeping or whatever. And it talks to these other robots and basically has them follow him. So they're saying like he kidnapped them because they all decided to just go ahead and follow him. So we're getting closer to Skynet. We're not quite there yet, but they turned up the water boiling the frog just a little bit more. Yeah, it does look like a scene from WALL-E, doesn't it? Yeah, Wendy. So it's they're on their way. They'll get there eventually. And this one, I had to double check that this was actually a real thing. I'm still not sure. This is also in China. They had these dancers, and they were robots. Now, last I saw robots, they couldn't like manipulate stairs and stuff like out of RoboCop, but these guys are flipping. That's a little bit terrifying. I mean, if that's actually, I mean, they're getting much better. So, yeah, coming soon to a theater near you. Pretty soon it'll be like Britney Spears show, but it'll just be like all robots, right? She'll be a hologram or whoever's the hot pop star right now. And then they'll have robots on stage, and that's it. So it's pretty crazy they can wear clothes, right? Oh, Connor, before I forget, you're in the chat. You had some really interesting stuff on your last stream about the veil and stuff and how certain light you can see things. And you were using that to explain the Mandela effect. And I don't have tonight all this stuff prepared, but just so I don't forget, I can understand that theory, and I'm not saying dismissing it, but there are things beyond it. Like I said, the book that I have, the Bible that has that one passage 3 different ways, and then the residue that exists throughout the world that people still remember it in the movies and TVs and stuff, other than the exact page will change, but then everybody referencing it, that hasn't changed. So it doesn't explain the residue. The videos of people with old phones doing that, those have been debunked. If you can still find them, Brian Staveley had some videos on. He used to do most of the Mandela effects, and I'd do them too. And then he and I would collaborate sometimes. But we disproved that one years ago that it was somebody faking it. And but not to say, again, I totally am 100% on board with the Mandela effect. I think it's another way that God is showing us the times that we're in, that we live in a fluid type of universe that we don't even understand. And so it allows us to see that. And there are also Mandela effects that happen in your real world around you. And I've gone over some of those on my show. Again, I'll do that maybe another night again too. But you can see physical changes. People have documented them online too, like, alleys that have disappeared and trees that have moved, and stuff that you can't explain with lighting like that. But yeah, no, it's good stuff. It's really interesting, fascinating. We'll never understand how it works or why it's happening, other than I can just say God's allowing it, like everything else, to wake us up. So okay, so we've got that. What is this? Oh yeah, and then Trump signed this order.
Mr. President, as you said, in keeping with your commitment to grow the American economy, create potentially millions of new American jobs, and maintain America's technological and military superiority in the years ahead, this is an executive order that orders aspects of your administration to take decisive action to ensure that AI can operate within a single national framework in this country, as opposed to being subject to state-level regulation that could potentially cripple the industry.
So they're basically making it so they're in charge of AI. They're building this monstrous system here in the United States, and he's paving the way, some people say, for the beast system. It's pretty wild to watch this all play out in real time for those people that are awake and seeing it happen. But so that happened there. So he's blocking all state regulations on AI. They're in control. Fine. Nothing could possibly go wrong with that. And 2 things happened tonight. So 3 AI Atlas, which we can go over in Scary Space News, is supposed to be coming the closest tonight by Earth. And we'll find out if there's aliens on board, I guess, or probably not. And the other bombshell was they finally, this is the most, what do they say, the most transparent presidency of all time. There's never been a better presidency than this one, and we are the most transparent of all. And they released the Epstein files like everyone's been waiting for. And you can see, like, there's so much information on it. It's fascinating to me. It's a quick read because, it's all just blacked out pages. I'm not even kidding. Go look for it if you really feel like wasting your time. This is what they sent out, and then they had all these pictures, but I was actually talking to my friend Steve JMO, and he and I discussed the same pictures 5-10 years ago. It's nuts. Nothing's changed. They didn't release anything except a bunch of black pages. So, yeah. So there you go. Files have been released. This guy finally stepped down. I mean, I don't know why he's still in there, and or she, but he decided he just wants to go back to podcast because he couldn't take this. I don't know, but we know they're all part of the machine, anyways. I mean, none of these people had any experience in the job that they're doing. You can tell they got their people walking around kicking snow. So, all right. Oh, you need the kid from the goat talking about the Epstein files? Is that what you said? Peace, Nav. So, okay, what's next? Oh my gosh. Jeannie, I don't know. I think I really need to put a stop to this. Maybe limit how many. But Groot is invoking Valhalla. Yeah, all right, Groot, you get Valhalla. He invoked it.
Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk. Rest now, brother. We have the watch. And I'll see you in Valhalla.
All right, that's enough. So there we go. So there's the Three Stooges. He's going back to podcasting. He's going to Valhalla, and I don't even know what she's doing. Neither does she. Okay, what's next? This is how good AI is getting. Have you seen this? I don't know who this dude is, but he just seamlessly puts himself with the Lord of the Rings cast, and then was that Doc and Marty McFly, and Matrix, of course. I mean, it's so seamless what they've been able to do with AI at this point. It's getting almost impossible to do this show because every article, it seems like I have to vet it multiple times more than I used to, because there's so many. There's newscasters that are complete fake news articles. So, but yeah, it's pretty incredible the technology that we have at our fingertips, and a lot of people can even do this kind of stuff at home. So that's a little look at some of the AI technology. And then if you want to see one of really the saddest things I've ever seen, this guy uses this hologram box.
So you ever heard of a Lumina boxes?
I have not.
Right? It's a hologram. It's this box right here. I had a family member give it to me, and I want to show you what it does. My dog passed away. So my family member got me this, and I want to show it to you, how it works. So we put it together, and you have to scan this QR code. So after doing the QR code, this is what it looks like. This is my dog that passed away. And then let me show you what it does. I'm going to put it on top of this box. There's a hole right here. Look what it does.
I can't do that. I would never do that. That would be so sad.
That's my dog.
Isn't that ridiculous? And, I did a news story where they had, because AI has got to the point where they just take a photo and it can make it move and talk and stuff. And this company was saying there'll be a day when you can take, say, grandma, and she records herself in different positions, talking her face and stuff. And then they power it with AI with her voice, and she continues to talk to people years after she's dead. And that technology they're working on, it hasn't happened yet, but this is like one step away, right? Yeah, it's sad and creepy. I agree, Pearl and Augustine. There's no way. Yeah, Trish, you'd be crying all day. It's terrible, right? I don't know. Why would you you can never get over your tragedy of your dog. like I have beautiful memories of the animals that I've loved and passed away, and I can look at a picture and that's cool. But I wouldn't want a live pretend
That's our
ghost image eating food at my house.
Bobo. And that
What's that? I don't know. I don't know if anybody would want to, but I'm out. As Steve would say, no bueno. What is he doing here? Oh, just this is some of the leftover tabs from last week. He's just Trump's all excited about 6G.
So we're into 6G now. I just 5G. I was a leader on 5G, getting that done.
He was the leader.
And now they're up to 6. Let's do it again. What does that do? Give you a little bit deeper view into somebody's skin?
See, they just tell you right in front. Gives you a little deeper view into somebody's skin. So, no bueno. I don't know. He doesn't either. And this is one thing that, you know, a lot of truthers or whoever you are get behind is he's signing an executive order for marijuana, and he's taking it from reclassifying it from a Schedule 1, which is like heroin, to a Schedule 3, which is more like Tylenol. He did put the caveat at the end by saying that this is only for medicinal purposes, and it's still illegal not to use it to recreational, of course. But then I got at least, you know, applaud him when he does things that seem like they're in the right direction, because cannabis has been proven to help a lot of people with their medical issues. And I better put this on when I say that. What's that? Their issues. Put my disclaimer on because I am not a medical person. Get your advice from I don't know, somebody more efficient in medicine. How about that? If they're out there. But yeah, so he did that. He also gave away taxpayer dollars, of course. He gave a 1776 to active military members. And I know that it happened because some of our children in the military, and they said they received it. So, you know, that's a wonderful thing for them. But, you know, there's still so much bloated waste of the rest of our tax dollars, and, you know, millions and billions and trillions of dollars going to all these other countries. So there's still a lot more to be done. But that's partly how he works, you know. He does all these behind the room scenes things like, you know, with AI and all this technology to like enslave us or whatever, and a lot of antiseptic things. And then he throws a cookie and says, here's $1,700 of your own money back, or, you know, so that's, or he signs this bill on this marijuana thing, but he makes sure that he says that it's still illegal. So all the people that have been busted for, you know, whatever, a bag of weed will still sit in jail. So, you know, it's not complete. He's doing a few things, but it's mainly just to calm everyone's nerves, masses, you know, bread and circus. The other thing he's doing is he's starting across the United States. He's going to have from every state warriors, and he's calling it the Patriot Games. I mean, he knows everyone's heard of the book and the movie by Tom Clancy, but no, that's what he's going to call it. And he's going to have like an Olympics just for America. So there's that. And in addition to that, we had two people exit the theater stage. That's Rob Reiner and his wife. And allegedly they were unalived by their son. And but our glorious president and all his, you know, and his derangement syndrome, that's what he talks about. Talks about himself. He says it happened because the Trump derangement syndrome, which is known to drive people crazy. So somehow he turned this entire horrible article about himself. Shockingly, it's there's no limit as to how he can make everything about himself. It's something else. And let's not forget, for those of you that are new here, when he was sworn in this last time, he did not put his hand on the Bible. However, and you can look this photo up, Melania's hand was turning into some kind of gangrenous or monstrous fingernailed black hand that's not lighting because you can see from different angles. So maybe he was just afraid of her. I don't know. But is that something? We've gone over weird hands before. Yeah, the demon paw, the Hat Man. I like it. They're all good. They got a movie coming out for her. I don't know who's going to this, but yeah. Oh, hey, 16 Alpha, we're doomed. Talked about you earlier. Okay, what's next? And we discussed the Mustache Man, and we're kind of shocked at how there's new. I don't even know. It's an interesting story. How about that on the Mustache Man? And here's Putin, and he's saying, and he's in Russian, so you can't understand it, but I'll translate for you. He said he's already spoken to 3 U.S. presidents. They come and go. The politics all stay the same. There's a powerful bureaucracy. When a person is elected, they may have some ideas, and they think people with briefcases arrive, well-dressed, wearing dark suits, just like mine, except for the red tie. They wear black or blue ones, right? As the men in black. These people start explaining how things are done, and instantly everything changes. That's what happens with every administration. Changing things is not easy, and I say this without irony. It is not that someone does not want to, because it's a hard thing to do. And he's talking about Obama. Now, again, I believe they're all in on it, but regardless, a forward-thinking man, liberal and Democrat, he pledged to shut down Guantanamo before he left office, but he didn't do it. It didn't work out. He wanted to do it. The main issue, however, even though it's important, let's see, is people have been walking there in chains for decades without trial or investigation. So, anyways, he's just saying that interesting things that other people say over here in this country, and we're supposed to think that this is some crazy, horrible dictator guy. And when you translate it, it's like I'm not hearing the same things that they tell me that he's saying. So we'll just leave that there, and you guys can look into it on your own. Okay, what's next? And then this, and again, things you can and can't talk about still on YouTube. So this guy, he's the former head of Pfizer's V program. His name is Dr. Michael Yeadon. And he does this little speech here for 15 minutes about how what just happened and how it's going to affect us for generations. And it's a real interesting listen if you get a chance to. But again, because of what we can and cannot talk about, that's definitely one. Oh, got to wear the banner. That's definitely one we can't talk about right now. So I'll put it in there, and you can go in there at your leisure and check it out. And there it goes. Okay. And then, do I have any people over still on Rumble? Let me help them really fast. And are they over there? I'll put it in there. Clickety click. Maybe I won't be able to put it in there. I'll try it after the show. It's not allowing me to connect to Rumble. It says I have too much going on. So, okay. I'll put it in Rockfin and Rumble afterwards. Where were we? We were here. Clickety click. So there's that. And then also there's this study that apparently people that had received this mRNA, children, it says that both adolescents and children, they found myocarditis and pericarditis, and only in the ones that received this extra bonus, and the ones that never received it, they had zero. So they also the FDA just put a black box warning on that thing that they said was completely safe. And they took many channels down on all these platforms because we were trying to say that doesn't sound safe. And they said we were crazy and anti-whatever and anti-science and all that. And then it turns out, like usual, science backpedals and says we made a mistake. And so they're putting a black box warning on the thing that they made people quit their jobs or get fired over. So that's kind of sad. And the fact that we still can't talk about it is really sad, you know. Because everyone rather just see Erica Kirk walk out on stage again like a freaking wrestler. Why is there always fireworks at her shows? I don't get it. You know, they always make the joke that, like, when you pass away, you hope that your wife doesn't start dating, like, at least for several months. I never thought to include, like, fireworks. But okay, say goodnight to the chickens for me. And if I pass away before you, don't have a fireworks show, will you? It's just too much. I have the joke when I wrote, but it's not a joke anymore. They're doing the exact same thing in real life now. She's like a wrestler. Oh, thank you, Wendy. God bless you. We got more members. Thank you so much. It's very, very much appreciated. All of your help. Thank you. But yeah, so let's see. You know, where is it? Let's see. Do I have it still? Somewhere. Maybe I got rid of it. Okay. Well, I can't find it. Oh, I guess I got rid of that one. I just have this.
Yes, I believe in our judicial system.
So let's see. I could do it this way. Go here, here, and here, and here. There we go. We'll do it that way. We'll go clickety click. Share screen.
The White House proudly presents tonight the Charlie Kirk Memorial Show. Definitely not a rally. One night only. This 33-hour event brought to you by Panda Cheese. Always a little sus. Starring Erica Trump Kirk in the role she was built to play. With special guest stars tonight, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, and his bestie, Elon Musk, together again, as well as Vice President J.D. Vance. Special guest stars include Jonathan Winters, Carol Brady, and Triple H, the head of the presidential fitness.
That's true.
As well as Dom DeLuise.
That lady.
Erica Trump. Coming to you live from Turning Point, USA. Erica Trump is here for us and all of us together. One night only. You'll pay for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. Definitely not a rally.
Satellite tracking continues.
So there's that. Yeah. So what used to look like a joke, it's true. It's true. It's true. So there you go. Anyways, enough of that. Be nice to have an Erica Trump free stream, but we're not at that stage yet, apparently. The Grief Tour 2025. That's really funny. Okay. What is this? Are you ready to rumble? Yeah, 16 off. Rumble in heaven with special WWE presentation. That's fantastic. As a blue. I thought you did. Oh, say goodnight to the chickens for me.
Hey, see,
this one kills me. What does she say here?
nothing.
Where is it?
Charlie always would say very clearly, Jew hate was brain rot.
I think I played that one last week. That was the wrong clip. Where'd it go? Well, let's get off of this. Oh, here we go. Somebody brilliantly took all the times that she stares kind of creepy and put the horror sound behind it.
We did what we usually did before tours. We said our prayer and we asked the Lord to protect us. And we ask the Lord that his will be done.
You guys are afraid
That's what we
Sarah's
did.
going to steal your soul.
At one time, an employee of Turning Point, she has been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, and she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business. What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now?
Stop. What I am doing is releasing myself from the enemy's hands, where he could have a foothold in me.
But also wanting justice for them here on earth.
No, of course. But we serve a just God.
Right, Allison?
And I rest easy in knowing he's sovereign, but he's just. And so let the Lord
my gosh,
handle that.
You're scared. People are great, though. I mean, that's you heard trumpets. What's this? Oh, the hologram technology. It's just getting better and better. And you're either America. Like, are you Republican or Democrat? Are you which side are you on of this fight?
Yeah, sure. Watch this.
I think this was Tupac came out and did a hologram concert after he was dead. And then they showed, of course, the infamous table going through the chair going through the table.
Why is this guy in the white shirt taking the most?
I didn't know we were going on to Kirk. I thought this was all about yeah, and then we showed this one where the three of them are there for Charlie's Angels, one of those horrible ones. And but turns out Cameron Diaz Cameron is not there. It's AI. It's just hologram. And what else? All right, that's enough of that. Let's get off of that. This one. This one I love. It's nice to see that they're having where was this? This is in Chile. So they decided to have competitions. And so this is their official DEI hired all women SWAT team coming to rescue you. And
Vamos.
This is how they did on their event.
5 ladies teams.
So you're in trouble,
involved.
Of course. And SWAT's here to help you.
In the UE SWAT Challenge this year. Belarus.
Everything looks good so
Thailand,
far.
Chile. 2 teams from the Emirates.
The whole you got to move your body kind of situation. And we're done. And spoiler alert,
The first one to get wet
never get
in the ice bath today. And, well, they are stuck in the middle of that zip line.
Uh-oh.
Remember,
Ruh-roh.
if you fall in the ice bath, you have to go back to the beginning of the zip line and do it again. And currently, Chile have 3 team members stranded in the middle of that ice bath.
How can you be there and not laugh at this?
Thankfully, the water will be a little bit warmer than it was earlier on this morning.
Now there's 4 of them stuck.
Vamos, vamos.
So the only forward progress they had, she's now in the middle of this too.
And it just goes to show you how important momentum is.
Oh, there they go. There they go.
3 team members in the drink.
Oh, 4 and come on, just make it the. Give me the full set here.
Going
Make
horribly
4
wrong.
members then the drink.
And
you're not going anywhere.
Forget about getting wet. The violations, the major safety violations for dropping weapons in the water.
They've dropped their weapons in the water now.
Considerable.
Now they're cheating.
Well,
oh shoot! You got to use the pull thing to get the guns out.
They will have to retrieve those weapons from the ice bath.
This thing just killed me.
And, well, I said it on a couple of occasions today that if that first member...
In any case, this goes on for another, 4 minutes. And I think they're still on the other side of this cage by the end of the thing. Who knows? They finally do it. Let's cheat ahead. Let's see. Oh, look at what they dropped in the water. Look at that. They dropped the assault rifle. It looks like a baton or something. Nunchucks. I don't know. And then they try it again. Of course, they get stuck yet again.
Even worse if you get wet.
It keeps going. I think does one of them make it? Let's see. No, she's down here cheating.
Vamos.
That's not fair.
Well, the judge is telling the other team members they can't assist and drag their colleague across.
So there you go. Anyways, let's get out of here. It's enough of that. This I find very fascinating. Hun, you got to see this one. It's called the kitty theory. So to me, it puts two things together. You got Schroeder's box, right? If you're not familiar, everyone seems to know that one. But that's where there's a box and there's a cat in it. And before you open the box, either the cat is alive or dead. So it's both at that point. That's the Schroeder's box question. In addition to that, there's the observable, what was that? Where they sent like ball through that slit experiment, and they have a camera on it, and they do different things when they're being viewed, supposedly, allegedly. And so here's the kitty theory that goes along with both of those. For some reason, these cats are so skilled at flipping. So when you can see the cat, no matter how many times they flip it, the cat stays on the correct way, except when you can't see the cat and it ends up being a hot mess. What's up with that? Does that make any sense? As long as you can see the cat, it does that whole experiment when it's being viewed. But when you can't see it, anyways, it ends up like that. I can't explain it. I'm just here presenting it for your eyes. And this one, I find funny, but I could be alone in this. I don't condone stealing, just saying this is for humor only. I don't know. Maybe I'm alone, but I thought that was funny. What's next? I'm alone on that one. I bet there's a few people in the chat. They might not want to admit it. And for all of my people that, okay, good. See, Dan's crying. Thank you, Dan. And Buckeye Jim. Oh, shoot. Okay. So, for all of you that have watched The Lord of the Rings, I found this interesting. There's always somebody that comes up with something that you'd never thought of before. So he says, looks like meat is back on the menu, boys. Okay? That's what he says in the movie.
You see, that line in this movie still bugs me. How would an orc know what a menu is? When would they have ever seen a menu? Because an orc knowing what a menu is implies the existence of an orc restaurant.
Right.
That's the other thing. What's driving the orc economy?
Exactly.
God knows you can't be at war forever. And every orc is like a blacksmith or a soldier. You can't build an economy on that. And this brings up other questions. You know, like, are there orc accountants? How are these soldiers getting paid? But also the army has like hierarchy. How are they paid the same way? What are they getting paid with? And what happens when they win? Suddenly you've got like 90% of the orc population out of work. What are they going to do? Orc night school? Orc book club? Are the orcs going to unionize? And if they are, what are they unionizing for? Better orc pay when they go to the restaurant where they know what a fuck.
No. Anyways, I thought that was pretty. Interesting way of looking at that, but moving on. Movies are also not just entertainment. They're propaganda. They're a way to push the agenda. That's their main reason, is to program us. It's called programming on your televised vision. But in addition, they're entertaining, and they make them entertaining so they can program us. Here's real life politician in Australia, G'day, on the right. And which movie is this? I forget. But there you go. It's the same speech.
Australia, we have serious challenges to solve, and we need serious people to solve them. I promise. Unfortunately, Tony Abbott is not the least bit interested in fixing anything. He's only interested in two things: making you afraid of it and telling you who's to blame for it.
Who did it better? Or Burger King is hiring. Is that what it is? 16 off? Okay, yeah. I forgot I have my mug. Let me pour it in there. I'm almost out of coffee, but not yet. Not yet. I know. I filled it. There we go. Okay. What's next? Oh, the MAGA hat has reached their final form. They come in little hat sizes with the, I think it has the official Trump presidential seal on it or something. What does that say on there? I can't read it. But yeah, they've hit their final form, which is, 100% now. We're on the way. What's next? This is my cat explaining why she's the owner of the house, even though I pay for everything. So that's pretty interesting. And then they've got this. This is, did I show this with JT? I don't remember, but APAC has a commercial that basically says
it's the start of a new day.
The special people invented everything. Without them, we wouldn't have transportation, telecommunication, article. So my goodness, I had no idea that they invented everything. It's pretty wild. What's that? No, nothing. Oh, and they're fighting over in the EU. The farmers are upset that communism is coming in, I guess, something like that. And so take out your bingo cards. If you had a water cannon fight versus a manure truck fight, it's the fight you never thought you wanted to see, but now you are. It's manure versus water. You thought Godzilla was scary. I mean, this is a joke, right? This has to be a joke. Anyways, I'm not sure who finally won that, but wow, there you go. That's the battle that you didn't know you wanted to see, but you saw it here on the Ceiling Fan Man show. That's why we're here, right? That's why we're all here. Although there is another reason. Some of us are here.
I got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere else to go.
All right. And then let's see what's next. Let's finish up these last few tabs on this. Intro area, clickety click. And this is nice. The owner of the New England Patriots, Robert Kraft, he has a charitable foundation called the Blue Square Alliance. And its sole purpose is to actively monitor the internet for criticism of special people and Zionism, labeling it as antiseptic. So it says the foundation can focus on individual university campuses, tracking what's happening and identifying where they believe the hate is spreading. So good on them to continue the battle against antiseptic. And here's Netanyahu threatening Americans, saying, we brought you to this world, we take you out. Did he really say that?
Said Mike that we are fighting today the battle that the Maccabees fought. They fought for the survival of the Jewish people and the Jewish faith against an enemy that wanted to extinguish us in tradition.
Let's see.
There would be no United States. There wouldn't be the civilization of freedom, the respect for our common traditions.
So in addition to them inventing everything, there'd be the United States would not exist without them. And yeah. So my goodness. And then this was just discovered. Shockingly, this is a 2,780-year-old Israelite tablet, and they translated the message. And the message says that Iran is just weeks away from developing a nuclear weapon. So there you go. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't doubt it, but I'm just kidding. This is a joke. It's a joke. What isn't a joke is this lady. She's the wife of some billionaire, a couple people you never heard of before. They roll them out. She says that she gave Trump $250 million to run this last presidency. And she says if he runs again for another 4 years, she'll give him another $250 million. And then says we can do it. Who's we? Who are these people? So we'll keep an eye out for this one. And meanwhile, Erica Trump Kirk says that she wants J.D. Vance to be the next president. But I think she's got, her eyes set on becoming the next J.D. Vance wife and being the first lady. Wouldn't that be great if she shows up as the new first lady with J.D.? What do you think of that one, hon? Wouldn't that be great? And then we can have fireworks at the when she goes to speak at the White House. There'd be like fireworks shooting off. It's fantastic. Why doesn't Trump do that? He might as well. So, I mean, this is a perfect example. Somebody put them all together. This happened in 7 days. You got Levine. He manhandles Trump and says that he's the first Jewish president. And Trump says he is. And because he converted to Judaism back in, I think it was 2017. You can look it up. And then this is the article where he says he demands that we take steps to fight antiseptics. And then you got this gal saying they'll make sure that your opinion on will decide whether or not you get a job. And then you got this gal saying, hey, I'll give you another $250 million. So, okay, what's next? All right. Now, this guy, if you're familiar with him, he goes by the Fittest Flat Earther. I'm not condoning his whole channel. I'm just saying he has some interesting ideas occasionally, and he does talk about Jesus. So, those are prerequisites for me because at the end of the day, this is, we have a fun time here and stuff, but I'm here to help people get out of the matrix, and that's how you do it. You find God. And so it's nice that he does say that. So we brought up on this show just last week with JT about octopus and are so sus. And he did a thing on octopus.
Animals,
octopi, whatever,
can shapeshift, but not only shapeshift, but blend in and even change their coloring and their appearance. Do you think there's a chance maybe there are entities among us that can do the same thing? Well, have you ever seen this video where Elvis just kissed this little girl and his eyes seem to be bugging out and his hand glitches? Well, a lot of people have shown this, but a lot of people haven't shown what I've shown in this video. And I want you to pay particular attention to this guy who seems very concerned about Elvis. Did you catch it? Well, what if we watch it back and then slow it down? See if you notice anything.
Look at that. You see that? He's like shape-shifting into like some kind of like reptilian face. Isn't that interesting? Right? I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah. I mean, who's to say? They show you in every movie and TV and stuff that, they can do this.
Seems to appear normal, gray, scary reptilian. And I'm going to give you a little closer and I'm going to give you a little more detail.
Because he also says some things I don't agree with. This guy is this guy or whatever. But this one, I've gone over this video too with Steven It's pretty fascinating. I never really focused on this guy because Elvis is doing weird things with his eyeballs and his hands and stuff in this video.
Just a second.
We
Stay
got
with
one
me.
that can see. Yeah,
Let's get a little zoom in on this here. Yeah, you could say it's just the camera. The cameras weren't as good, but when I show you something else in a minute, you might think otherwise. First, do you see how it's like kind of scaly here? Couldn't help but notice how that reminded me of something. Kind of reminded me of some petrified rocks I've seen in some other petrified rocks. These are real, not AI. I also couldn't help but notice how much it reminded me of what Jenna Bush's
Yeah, did you ever see the
once
Jenna Bush
morphed
one?
into.
See, this is
You never
he's
seen
going
that
way
video?
back.
Well, notice
He's
how
way
the
back.
newscasters keep saying the word change, like they're trying to let her know
This is like
something.
one of the first
I met were
videos I
living
think they
in
ever showed.
extreme poverty. They didn't have access to medical care or education, schooling. They were living with HIV, and so they were living outside
It doesn't make sense why she just starts like kind of morphing into this weird face.
of society's embrace. I think doing
I mean, look at that. So, yeah. And there's been others, but he compares it to like what
I
Mystique
think this
can
is
do.
absolute hogwash,
You know.
but I encourage you to have
That's
an
why
open
they make
mind and
Mystique
remember
all blue
that
to make
they
it like
always
crazy, so it's not real life. Like this can't possibly happen. But I don't know, some interesting things. So I think Jonathan Clegg back in those days used to talk about this stuff too. So going way back on that one. And but then why did I bring up the octopus thing? Because I saw his video, but I'd already had this tab. They found the largest octopus ever found to this point, like almost like getting to the size of a kraken idea. It's 50 feet across, estimated. That's crazy. And so if you read the Bible, there's passages that describe like the weird stuff that's in the water, that comes out of the water. And I don't know, maybe like, first of all, I believe we're in the little season, pizza, which means all the revelation, those events have already happened. However, Satan gets loose for his little season. And during that time, he seems to, in my mind, mimic a lot of the events that we're supposed to see in the original revelation. He's repeating it, his version. And so that means, I don't know what seal's been opened at this point, but it seems like weird creatures are showing up out of the sea, and could get really interesting. Because when you look at the old maps, it makes no sense that they draw monsters in the water and on land and stuff. Like, were all the map people at that point just high on mushrooms, or they did it as a joke? I mean, I thought maps were pretty serious, but apparently back then they didn't care, right? Or it was real. And they saw those things. So, I mean, we've only mapped, I don't know, 10% or less of the ocean. So who knows what's down there? We're all worried about space aliens coming from space and not even thinking about what's in the water. And now, if I didn't have enough to go with my whole thing on pigeons and pandas,
I think pandas are sus.
Is my parents' dog moonlighting as a panda?
and I've covered duck-billed platypus. That's a weirdo. And but now there's a new one for me. And I vetted all these things he said, and everything he says in here apparently is true. Eels. You ever thought about eels? They have no idea how they reproduce. Did you know that? Check this out. They don't actually know where they come from. They're just there.
To this day, we don't know exactly where eels come from. Eel.
And I understand he's wearing a NASA shirt. Get past that. He's actually spewing the mainstream information that we have on eels.
have no reproductive organs. Thousands of years ago, people noticed this and were like, okay, then where do they come from? Aristotle came up with a theory that when rainwater mixes with mud and it washes into the ocean, that becomes an eel. Aristotle's logic here made no sense, but for thousands of years, that was the accepted truth. Here's what's interesting. So there's this guy in the late 19th century, and for 10 hours a day, for years, he dissected these eels and try to find their reproductive organs, and he never found them. And it messed this guy up. We have letters that he sent back to his family. He said, when I close my eyes, I see the carcasses of eels. Eventually, he abandoned it, and he went on to become Sigmund Freud, the psychologist.
Wait, you're serious?
And that's absolutely true, too.
Freud, 100%. To this day, we don't know exactly where eels come from. We have never seen a wild eel or an eel in captivity reproduce at all. We've never seen it happen. They've attempted to breed them. It's not worked. They've attempted to chip them with like satellite positioning and follow them. We've never seen it happen. Eels are weird, man. To this day.
Isn't that wild? I found that fascinating. And I looked into this, and yeah, the best they can do is they have a they have a theory that, like, you know, the male drops something and the female drops, kind of like the egg sperm thing that are in the water kind of stuff. But they can't prove it because they've never seen it happen. So, another GMO animal. Exactly. I don't know. So add that to the list of our sus animals. I had no idea that I would think eels were sus, but now they are. Okay. And isn't that wild that the guy that studied eels and he drove himself crazy, he ended up being Sigmund Freud. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Oh, and we're done with those tabs. Look at that. How are we all doing? 7:30. Wow, we're doing good. So almost 200 people here. God bless you. So our eels Nephilim. I don't know what is going on there. Like, I think there's some of these animals that are like, what do you call it, chimera, or however you say that. That's again where we think pandas are. They fall into that. But yeah, he was the father of psychotherapy. What is it? Skeleton panda sea squirts. No, I was trying to grab this one. He was the father of, he was like, your mother, it's always your mother's fault or something. I don't know. He had some weird stuff, but it turns out he was the eel guy. So who knew? Okay, where are we at here? Okay, Jan, you had a baby eel, but did you see how it had babies? And was it just one eel? How does one eel have babies? A lot of questions there. Oh, the dogs know the answer, Gene. They're trying to tell me that's why they're making noise. So, but yeah, chimera, exactly. Or it could be a demon vessel. I'm not sure. Oh, am I saying it wrong? Okay, here, I got some, what is this called? Hooked on Phonics? Chimera. Okay, the H is, English is the stupidest language. It really is. So, okay, chimera. Thank you, chimera. Okay. All right, what's next? Yeah, okay, so you had one eel that created others. That's interesting. A lot of questions with that, Jan. So, okay, what's next? Well, somebody was asking, I forget who, I just saw it, but let's clear this this section out. We'll do some scary space news.
This week in Scary Space News.
So they discovered a giant structure beneath the Bermuda Triangle. And why am I bringing this to Scary Space News? Because once again, we're talking about what's hidden in the oceans. But you can look at that section of Florida, and they're somewhere on the internet. I have a copy of it on my old computer that's broken, but if I can find it, they had some people went there and were able to film under the water there. And there was tons of expired rockets. And so the idea is, since space is not as they describe it, and there's a firmament dome we can't get past, they shoot the rockets and you see it goes up and then it arcs. And then, of course, it's curving for the curvature of the earth is what they tell you. But literally, the emperor has no clothes. If you watch it, it goes up, it arcs, and it goes down. And it goes into that area of the water. And they found a bunch of these used rockets and stuff in there, and but then they tell you, oh, it's this weird area, and weird stuff happens and planes die there. Meanwhile, they just don't want people going there and exposing that. That's the way I see it. So, thank you, Kathy. I make Friday nights fun. I appreciate that. Thank you. I do my best. This one doesn't exist. What happened? Dang. Let's go back. Let's try it again. Oh, they killed a tab while we were waiting for it. So that piece of scary space news is gone. What is this one? Oh, here we go. So 31 Atlas, for those of you playing along, it's supposed to be here tonight. And, they say all these things about it. Now they're saying they think it's hollow. But we'll see what happens. The best pictures we have are like these things. And, is this finally the fake alien space event that we've been waiting for? Who knows? They've been pushing this one for months now. And it's finally getting to the point where supposedly we'll be able to see it. And we'll let you know if we find anything. Is this the alien watch party? Yeah, it's supposed to happen tonight, I guess. Oh, Karos, you already had Valhalla. It's not Valhalla that doesn't make it, doesn't help. No, it doesn't work. He's trying. Groot. What's this? Here's the incredible view from the ISS captured by Don Pettit of Aurora Borealis. So there you go. That proves space is real, right? Because you couldn't possibly create this any other way. So there was that. And then this guy, I think I tried to show this Friday, I don't know. But he shot this galaxy and he caught this supernova allegedly. So, see? How can you argue with that? Okay. You can't possibly recreate this by, cartoons and stuff. This is actual real stuff here. Then you got, this guy.
Although Neil Armstrong, Neil A, spelled backwards, is alien.
So once again, they're going over the things that we've talked about for 7 to 10 years. And then he's just putting it out there. Because why? Because that's how they do this controlled opposition. He's wearing a Star Wars outfit and he's telling you, when you spell Neil A. Armstrong, it spells alien. See, you got Neil Armstrong, it's alien.
Coincidence?
They're just trying to mock us at this point.
You believe we actually went to the moon, though?
Yes, we went to the moon a few times, actually, and played golf on the moon.
Yeah, he said yes and closed his eyes when he did.
Okay.
We didn't just go to the moon. We actually got a little bored and started playing golf on the moon.
I mean, see, it's just mockery. It's complete mockery.
But why didn't the flag move? There's that conspiracy
That was the jump the
theory
shark moment.
about the flag?
No, the playing golf on the moon.
Oh, okay.
They literally did.
No, I understand that.
Yeah. We whacked a golf ball on the moon.
There's no gravity.
He's trying to explain that it's a joke, right?
Oh, right. So
there is gravity, 1/6. If it wasn't gravity, you just float away.
Okay.
There's no atmosphere.
Okay, fair.
But there is 1/6 gravity.
It's just mockery. It's totally mockery. So what's left? Oh, and we've discussed this. How come you don't see all these satellites and things in space? So now they're saying the Hubble telescope is getting bombarded by satellites flying by. It seems like whatever we talk about, suddenly they have an article or an answer for it. So you got that. And lastly, what's this one? Oh, here's a guy that he said he's got a message from the aliens. Well, got to hear that.
Read 2 pages from
He's the Canadian Defense Minister.
advice from the extraterrestrials.
I thought the Canadian Defense is the United States, just saying.
Yes, it's true that we have been in contact with your government and heads of power. It is also true that we've been It is also true that agreements have been made and kept secret from your people.
I mean, anyone could say this. And why did they talk to this guy? Where did he get his information?
It is also true that in the past, some of your people have lost their lives or have been badly hurt to protect this secret. Our hands had no part in this.
So the aliens are telling us that they didn't kill all the people. Anyways, I can't take any more of this, just so you know. Any aliens that they're going to eventually potentially put on the main stage, they're already here. It's some people call them demons. I don't know, shapeshifters, whatever you want to say. But there's no alien invasion coming from outer space. Space doesn't exist the way they tell you. There is we live on a stationary planet, plane, Earth, and it's covered by a firmament. Waters above, waters below. That's the system we live in. Some people live in a different system.
Yes, I believe in our judicial system.
But I believe in God's system. And he told us that we're protected and not to worry. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to realize that we're not going to be crashed in by any kind of craziness coming from space. And it's interesting. I told you we have family visiting, and my grandson, he's 6, and he's, of course, like most boys that age, are really into dinosaurs. He's obsessed with them, and he said that an asteroid came and crashed on Earth and killed all the dinosaurs. And he said, and that's what happened. That's how it happened. Like he's adamant he knows the truth on it. And I find that interesting because think about it. By combining space and dinosaurs, it completely removes God from the picture, right? It takes all the stories that you get in the Bible that say different and tosses them aside because they're way more exciting and fun to think about space, aliens, and rocket ships and dinosaurs. And so, we've never had a chance because at his young age, 6 years old, he's already there. And I can't fault him for it. I understand how it works. It's almost impossible. So, when he gets older, hopefully he'll look into some other things and get more information on it. But until then, it shows you how easily we are programmed and targeted from a very early age. And they don't want to say that giant men existed because that goes with the biblical narrative. But they can talk about giant dinosaur monsters. And, they tell you what the skin color looks like, or if they have feathers, or the noise that they make. And yet there's a guy that's inventing the animal noises for the dinosaurs. And you go to the museums and all the bones on display, they're all plaster casts. They're all made 3D print, whatever they do. They're not real dinosaur bones. And when you actually ask them, the real dinosaur bones are apparently like downstairs in a drawer or something, but maybe they had like 5 bones and then they build a whole monster animal after it. Meanwhile, things like the Bible discusses, like dragons, which was like a form of Satan, the serpent, and it's in all the old maps and stuff. And it's in the Chinese horoscope. They supposedly never existed. So you can believe in giant lizards without wings, but you can't believe that dragons. You know what I mean? It's because they want to make sure that they keep the narrative separate and they keep you from understanding the world that you live in and that God exists. And so, now they say they're chickens, right? Oops, where'd it go? T-Rex. Chat's going so fast. There you go. They say they're chickens now, right? Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of companies, and I used to deal with a company that made those things, and just never realized that all the bones in the museums are fake. The ones, yeah. And don't get me started on the Pompeii people. That whole story, when you look into it, you know how they made those? They supposedly had holes in the ground. Excuse me. And they poured the plaster into it. And you see them pouring it in through their, the buttocks area. And they supposedly, those are people that died in some Mount Vesuvius explosion. None of it makes sense. It's more manipulation. Exactly. Oh, thank you. You just got here. Well, if you just got here, that means you're tardy. But do you feel tardy is the question. Right here.
I don't feel tardy. I don't feel tardy.
But thank you very much. Yeah, those jokes are a bit dark for me. So yeah, we're doomed. So okay. What's that? I told those jokes. I know. I said they're a bit dark. That's all. Yeah. Yeah, the whole T-Rex thing, that's the one all the kids love. But their arms are so ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. This little So, all right. Where are we at here? What do we got here? Did I get everyone? Okay. Oh, and there's Bruce here. Hi, Bruce. Let's see. Let's go back to the bottom here. Let's see what we've got here. And don't forget to like the stream if you're enjoying it. It does help the algorithms, apparently. So, and there you go. It always ends in the same way. The Canadian hate speech law would now criminalize biblical passages. Excuse me. Yep. There's certain religions you can talk about and certain ones you can't. And yeah. Oh, what do we have here? Oops. Let me stop. Let me stop this for a second. What did I miss? Well, thank you, Stacy. Super sticker. Does it have a picture or something on that super sticker? Let me look over on the YouTube thing. For some reason, StreamYard just makes like this. Oh, you're laughing. It's a fox laughing. So thank you. God bless you. That all that does definitely help. It's a small channel. We're growing by leaps and bounds for me anyways, but we'll get there. I don't know if I'll ever get the platinum YouTube for 100,000, but we'll get close. No. Okay. And this is the thing that's fascinating to me. So growing up as a special child and learning only to read the Torah and Hebrew and blah, 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 and not believing in the Bible or the stories of him, it's what I was taught. And then you fast forward to not too long ago when I started looking into the lies of the world and finding the truth that we live, where we live. And the one thing the people all told me to do is not to read the Bible. And so, of course, I do. If you tell me not to do something, that's what I do. And so I looked into it. And then the more you look into it, you find it fascinating that the stories in the Bible, you can prove some of them. I mean, everyone has a flood story. It doesn't matter what culture they are or what religion they are. But I've gone over this, that they found at the base of the Red Sea crossing, they found chariot wheels.
The Red Sea crossing happened, like proof, not just artifacts on the
These are the chariot wheels with the axles.
bottom. We had those. We had chariot wheels on the bottom of the Red Sea. We had all these cool little artifacts. But the coolest thing that I saw,
this was new to me. I hadn't noticed this before.
Is the shoreline. If you've ever watched the Ten Commandments movie, they have that big pillar of fire that came down. That's mentioned in the Bible. This pillar of fire, I just pictured these flames coming down. But when you go to that shoreline where it's documented to happen, the entire shoreline is melted sand. And it takes about 3,000 degrees or more to melt that sand. And it's evenly melted. You can almost see like footprints. There's stones infused in this melted sand. This is amazing. You don't hear about it. If it was a proof of evolution, it would be in every single textbook.
And we can go over the whole evolution thing, which is absolutely ridiculous. But isn't that fascinating? I hadn't seen that part about the melted sand there, which again goes along with when I discuss things that deal with biblical text, the destruction that you see that only God can do with fervent heat, which we don't even know what that is. Look at this. Thank you, Donut Dragon Slayer. You're my late night. I mean, your late night comedy. Oh, good. Okay. It's a lot to live up to, but I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. That is nice, isn't it? Yeah, I do appreciate that. Let's see. Where are we at here? What's next? Okay, clickety click. There's that.
Listen.
Okay. I thought this was interesting about Jesus on the cross.
Never cries out in pain, ever. He is not recorded as crying out in pain when they beat him. He is not recorded as crying out in pain when they flog him with a cat of nine tails and literally strip the flesh off his back. He is not recorded as crying out in pain whenever the exposed nerve endings of his back have a roughshod, splinter-filled cross rubbing up and down. There is one time and one time only that Jesus ever is recorded as crying out. Jesus was a dude. Like Jesus could handle some pain, but there's one time where Jesus is recorded as crying out. The Bible says that darkness began to fall, and when that darkness fell, Jesus cried out in a loud voice, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani. My God, why have you forsaken me? Only time Jesus ever cries out. Why did Jesus never cry out in pain? But in that moment when the sky goes dark, Jesus cries out. Here's why. Because as the sky's dark for 3 hours, what's happening is God the Father was turning his back on the Son so that he could turn his face toward you. And Jesus had lived his entire life in such face-to-face intimacy with the Father that for that 1 second to have that intimacy with the Father taken from him, that was his breaking point. And that's when he cries out, my God, why have you forsaken me? Now, let's go one layer deeper. The Bible says at that specific moment, the curtain that separated the presence of God from the people of God, the curtain at the front of the Holy of Holies. Remember, bro, this thing's a woven curtain as thick as your hand. Ain't nobody's going to tear that thing. The Bible says at that moment, the curtain was torn. And it says from top to bottom. The implication is God tore the veil. Why? Because when Jesus was separated from God, everything that separated us from God was removed. He was separated from the Father so that we could be united to the Father.
Isn't that beautiful?
Which brings us all the way back to Luke chapter 2. Behold, the Lamb of God, born to take away the sins of the world.
Isn't that beautiful? I think so. That's pretty amazing. Because, yeah, that's the thing. That people that are kind of afraid to discuss this or think about this, it's a free gift. He was blameless and sinless, and he did all this for us even before you were born. I didn't know him until not too long ago, and he did all this for me. And all you have to do is just look into that and accept that free gift. And that's your salvation. It's so easy. It has nothing to do with religion. It would be nice if, you somehow take that name away and make it about just a connection to God. That's what I think a lot of people, they think it's a religious dogma where they're going to have like camels coming through the church and kicking the head. But it's not about that at all. I believe the Bible was given to us to not only give us our history, but to help us navigate our present and our future. And so that's why it's a wonderful book. But you can make your connection with God without it. It's just, as my old teachings would say, it couldn't wait. And so I thought this was another interesting thing. Here's a prophecy of Daniel's that seems like it's unfolding right now. So again, even the people that supposedly don't even believe in the Bible, they're quoting it and they're doing things out of it. Check this out.
Peace is a board like no other. It will have the heads of major countries. I hope Your Highness will be on the board. You'll accept, I hope. But the Board of Peace will be something that's never even been thought of before. And it's covering Gaza, but it'll end up covering large portions of the world. There will never be a board like the board that we're going to be announcing. What's taking place in the Middle East is a miracle. They're just calling it a miracle, and we're going to make it a miracle, and we're very close to doing that.
Trump is unveiling something around December 15th called the Board of Peace. It's said to have 10 to 12 global leaders on the board. If you know Bible prophecy, This should shake you. If it ends up being 10 members on the board, I believe Daniel called this 2,500 years ago. Daniel saw a final world system rising with 10 horns, 10 leaders, 10 rulers, all united under one global authority. Revelation 17 says those 10 kings are given authority for 1 hour, and then they give their power to the beast. 10 leaders, one agenda. If it ends up being 12 members, well, that number's not random either. In the Bible, the number 12 represented God's government. 12 tribes, 12 disciples, 12 foundations of the New Jerusalem. And the thing about it is Satan doesn't create, he counterfeits. A global technocratic 12 pretending to bring peace, while Revelation 6 describes a false peace that will fool the world. The world wants peace without the Prince of Peace, and the Bible says that's exactly how the end starts. Watch the numbers, watch the structures, watch the Bible unfold. God's clock is ticking.
And it's interesting is I actually have a picture or video of this grouping. Where is it? Here it is.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
For my Saturday morning cartoon fanatics.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
Okay. I think that was the last tab in this. Yeah. So we'll get rid of that one. Sweet. Okay. So we covered quite a bit tonight. Let me see if there's any questions or anything in the chat here. I'll go look and see. Well, that's what I'm saying. So where I believe we're at is what's called the little season of
pizza.
And that means that all that stuff would have happened. You know, there's evidence of melted buildings. There's all Jesus's talks to people where he said it's going to happen in this generation. And he says that guy will see it happen and that guy will see it. There's so much evidence. It's overwhelming to me. But then what does that mean? So you get the millennial reign, and then you get the Satan is loose for his little season. And then what would he do? He deceives the whoever's left. And I believe we're those people. Somebody has to be at the end of the book. So I believe we're those people. And we're going to live through his version of the same events, but his take on it. So it's kind of like the crappy sequel that nobody wanted. That's the way I see it. And so, yeah, we're going to see events that kind of mimic what already happened. So, because we still got to go through our trials and tribulations too. So, right. They want us to think we're in the past, but yeah. Well, thanks. Yeah, I agree. It starts to make sense when you connect it. And if you're new to the whole little season, it's quite interesting. Like I do many shows where I've shown the destruction of these buildings that we don't even understand how they made, which could be millennial reign. It's hard to say. But then you've got the destruction that happened, the mud flooding and the melted and all that stuff, which if you take God out of the system, you have no answers to why it happened, how it happened, or who did it. But when you insert it back into the correct timeline that we're in, it proves to you that God exists and the Bible was real because he talked about these different destructions and then they happened. And so, so then, like I said, you're going to have the people at the end of the book that they have to experience something. And so this is Satan's version because he's here to deceive the world. And all you have to do is just look everywhere. Everyone believes in Satan, but nobody seems to believe in God right now, and which is fascinating to me. But he's all over the TV and the movies and stuff and the music. And I mean, it's constant. Watch any of these channels and you'll see all the references. But yeah, so that's where I believe we are. What else am I missing? Oh, tiger. You want the tiger? All right. This is the only place you find the tiger. So thank you for mentioning it. I don't know what that tiger ate, but it was no bueno. It didn't work well for him. So, all right. Is there anything else? Yeah, all we had to do was just read it ourselves. That was fascinating when I started reading. I enjoy the stories. I think the stories are exciting. I mean, they turn them into movies and TV shows, and even the Marvel comic movies and stuff are all plagiarized out of the Bible. And there's music like what is it? Turn, turn, turn by the Yardbirds or whatever I think it is. It's from Psalms. I mean, it's just, it's throughout. But yeah, history is repeating itself. So, thank you, Connor. It's a blessing to be with everyone here. So, and what did you? Oh, we're doing Valhalla again. We can maybe do one more Valhalla. Is there anything else that anybody I missed? And I'll be happy to go over that. If not, then let's see. All right. Well, I guess you get one more Valhalla. Let's see. Where are they?
Hi, I'm Greg Kirsten, and I'm Jewish.
And I'm Dave Grohl. I'm not Jewish.
Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk. Rest now, brother. We have the watch. And I'll see you in Valhalla.
There you go, Connor. If you're still here, that was for you. I'm Groot. Okay. So I think that's it. God bless you too. Thank you so much. So I think we'll wrap this one up, put a bow in it. I'm not sure about next week. Next week is the day after Christmas, I believe, is the Friday show. Maybe if I'm doing my math right. Let's see, what's Friday? Yeah, it's the day after Christmas. So again, we have family visiting, so I'm not sure how that's going to work. But if I can't do a live, then I'll definitely put up. I have a music spectacular. It's like an hour and a half, whatever, a bunch of different songs that I put memes to. And then also there's some that I've sang. So you won't want to miss that. So if I can't do a live, then we'll do that. At least you'll have a gathering that you can go to. So, all right. So let's finish this out. Dear Father in heaven, please continue to guide us and watch over us. We really need you more than ever. Help us, heal us, give us the strength that we need to carry through these times. For those of us that are hurting in sadness or in physical ailments, we ask you that you send the comforter and help us through this. Myself included, you know my struggles, and yet I keep joy in my heart because I know you're there with me. I know that you have our best interest in mind, that you love us more than anything. You're patient with us. That's provable because look how long you waited for me to come around. And I thank you, God, for the blessings that not only that you've given to me and my family, but the blessing that I can come out here once a week and fulfill some little bit of, I don't know, truth, humor, and help guide people in the direction, in the truth and the love that only comes from knowing our Savior, Jesus Christ. And I appreciate the fact that you've opened my eyes and continue to give me this voice to be heard. And if no one listens but that one person you wanted to hear, well, hallelujah. I thank you so much that you were able to use me as that vessel. So please watch over us and our families and our loved ones and friends until they can come around and see the way, the truth, and life through Jesus, as we have. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, so that's it. That's all I got in the tank. It's a couple hours. I do appreciate you all for being here. If you did enjoy it, please hit the like, share, subscribe button. And look at this. And Daryl Dessa, God bless you. Thank you so much. It's going to the StreamYard and Computer Fund. So I do appreciate all of that. And and if there's something that I've covered that you want me to discuss, or there's something that I missed that you want me to talk about, please write me an email, ceilingfanman2020@gmail.com. And let's do this again, God willing, very soon. And what do we have? So you get this, he says with a knife in his leg.
Class is dismissed.
All right. May everyone have a wonderful, blessed weekend. May everyone have a wonderful and blessed Christmas. Even if it might not be his actual birthday, let's at least understand that and celebrate our Lord and Savior that was born to save us all. And what a beautiful sacrifice he did for us. We can never repay it, but we can certainly honor it and go through our lives with joy in our hearts and help others. And so thank you again for being here. And God willing, let's do this again real soon. So that's it. You get the outro and we're done. Have a wonderful evening. All right. Good night, everyone.
I'm the satellite.
$500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat.
Satellite transfer complete.